Hi, I'm Mark Moreland, owner of Body Outfitters Personal Training Studio. I'd like to lead you through a body weight workout today that requires no equipment and does no burpees. I like to tell people what to expect because you can do burpees in a lot of workouts. I don't have a lot of problems with burpees, not at all, but this one doesn't have any of them. So first let's get a little warm it up, okay? If you hear a little click, you're gonna hear my mic a little bit, but I wanna make sure you can hear me. So basic warm up. Jumping jacks, everybody's done these in gym class at some point. Don't overthink it. Just get your blood pumping. We're gonna do this for 30 seconds. You can have bent arms, straight arms, big jump, little jump, small jump. If jumping's not your thing, you can just get your body moving side to side. Again, don't overthink it. This is just warm up, just movement. So when we hit our first big movement, we're not surprised. Our body's a little more linked up and ready to go. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Good. Arm circles. First we'll go forward. And these are something that are really basic, really easy to ignore, really easy to underappreciate. But you can tell me after 30 seconds if you feel what you're supposed to feel from a warm-up standpoint. About the halfway point now, we're going to switch, go backwards. Try to have your arms next to you so your circles are small, not out in front of you. If we can get our shoulder blades a little more back, that's going to be better. 2, 1, 0. Mogul hops are a version of a little small side to side. Again, don't overthink, just get a little bit of breathy, small cadence. Again, if this isn't your thing, you can do a side to side just with a little hop. If you want to find something in between because you don't like how your knees feel or how your body feels moving, again, a couple different variations. Just get your blood flow a little bit. 3, 2, 1, 0. Now I'm going to turn sideways to see this next thing. Palms flat, legs back, one big step, and then press your pockets to the ground. Again, how far you move doesn't really matter. We're warming up. Step, drop your hips, step back. If I'm turning from the front, you're going to see me in this position. I'm going to step toward my hand, press, maybe push my knee out a little bit depending on your mobility. Step, drop, press. Let's do one more time per side. Step, drop your hips, drive your leg. Step, drive your hips down, push your leg out, move back. And we're going to go through this 2 times. If you want to skip this, go ahead and skip 2 minutes forward. Jumping jacks. Again, variations include to move your arms and your legs independently, or again, find a rhythm. Again, not to overthink it. Arm circles up next, stop. Forward, again, shoulder blades back. Keep it simple. It's a good time to start thinking about your core. You can turn it on a little bit. I just tightened my abs up. Doesn't require holding your breath. Just has a little bit of tummy tension. So you can start waking that up a little bit and getting used to using it. Switch. Going backwards, you can make big circles. Start to build. Come back little. Again, just moving your body. Mogul hops. Option are side to side with a little bit of up and down, or like you're just bopping across the line. Might hear me breathing a little bit. Shouldn't be dying at this point. If you are, pick an easier variation. Make this something that matches you, meets you where you are. Good. Stretching the last time. If you can go down a hurdler if that's for you. If that's not for you, modification would be just to step, reach, push your knee out a little bit. It's never cheating to hold on to something, especially if you feel unstable. Make stability, grab a chair rail, grab a chair. Don't grab a person unless you get permission. The switch, if you want to do a hybrid of it and push in this way. We're just trying to get your body moving, stretch some of the big players of the lower body out. Switch and go one more side. Again, if you're doing the hurdle stretch, that's kind of the level 3, it's kind of the level 2, 3 big range of motion movement. And then we're going to move into the actual workout. So let's first go over the form, okay? Split squats are something, or lunges are something that are actually a pretty high skill movement. If you look at them from the side, we're gonna do a step back variation. Again, if you're not used to this, position yourself with something you can hang on to, whether it's a stair rail or even inside a door frame will work. You want to step back to a medium level, put your toe on the ground, drop straight down, and then return to base. And then switch sides. Position the toe, drop down, return to base. Without a hold, if you want to make it more fluid, this is the basics of how that movement works. Again, another way to do it, step, drop, and return. So when we get to the actual circuit, you'll see that movement. Air squats, I'm going to turn at a slight angle so you can see a couple different features. Number one, I'm always going to think of my feet first, okay? I want to feel as many of my toes on the ground, especially my big toe, definitely my heel, and some of the outside of my foot. So do that right now, because what we can get concerned about on squats, whether we're doing air squats, jump squats, or any other squats, is what do our knees do, okay? And they should be able to stay lined up with or slightly outside of. So you should feel good grasp of the ground. And the squat moves, hips back, air squats, arms help you counterbalance. I don't care how low you go. Something we use in Body Outfitters is a phrase called optimal depth. Optimal depth means the lowest your form supports and that you feel strong and confident doing. Some people are going to be here, some people are going to be really low, whatever your form supports, whatever your confidence level. So that's air squat. We'll take a rest interval. We'll get into arm circles. It's a little bigger, it's a little of a burner, so you've seen those. Elbows in push-up. So elbows out push-ups or wings away, elbows in or elbows tight, okay? A couple different variations. Number one, if you're on the ground, you put your arms shoulder width apart, maybe slightly inside. Position, toes, keep your tummy tight like we did at the beginning, and your elbows are gonna stay close. You're gonna drop in, push straight up without losing your core or leaving your belt on the floor on your way up. We wanna do this as one system. Again, a variation would be to do the same thing in this position. Same rules though, everything moves as a unit. Variation, and I set a barbell over here at about countertop level, is using your kitchen countertop or something similar to get a position, do you feel confident? Again, go to your best depth, push off. We have to make sure that these movements are correct before we can load them, speed them up, and do a ton of reps on them. Then wall slides. Wall slides look like an overhead press. We're actually gonna skip the wall today. But if I turn sideways, the idea is I'm pulling backwards as far as I can while I go up. So from the side, I'm gonna look straight up and down, maybe slightly behind me. But from the front, I'm actually doing this. And our goal is to pull backwards and use our posture muscles, open our posture muscles. So you're ready for our first circuit. We're gonna try to get through this first one steady, and we're gonna do 20 repetitions on a step back lunge. So if you need your support, grab it. If not, let's go. Alternating through 20. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm keeping a lot of weight on my front foot through this variation, whether I'm hanging on to something or not. I'm also the worst counter in the world, because when I talk, I forget. So hopefully you're counting for me. That'd be really helpful. I think we're somewhere around 14, 15, 6, 8, 9, 10. Air squats. We're not going to take any rest. Again, set your feet. 10 reps of these. So we did 20 step backs, 4, 5. Again, you can correct me on the counting. You can label the comments if you want and correct me. I'll always mess this up. I'm gonna do 2 more. 1, 2. Now, if you're out of breath, this is a good time to take a rest. I'm also gonna mention that going forward. If your heart rate's up and you're breathing a little bit, that's fine. Keep rolling, because we're going into arm circles, something a little basic. We're gonna build these over 20 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4. So bigger circles. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, come back, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Move right to your variation of push-up, whether high, mid, or low, times 10. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then arm slides. Again, we're pulling back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep your core tight. 9, 10. Good. If you're breathing a lot, pause and take a little bit of time. Okay, moving into the second round, I'm going to show you a couple variations or ways to ramp this up. If you're breathing hard or things were burning, stick with that. If not, let's go a little more complicated. Instead, we're going to do all of our split squats on the same side. I'm going left side first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to go right into my squats knowing that that leg's a little tired. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job. Heavy shoes. 9, 10. We got another side to go. 1. Woo, I need my support. 2. Get in a rhythm. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Into squats. Doesn't matter which direction you turn. I'm just trying to make sure you see different angles. Any questions? 5, 6. Chest up. 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to shake my legs out a little bit before we go into the arm part, okay? Arm circles are good. If they're too easy for you, then just stay with it. Slow them down a little bit. Ready? Forward. We're going to do this intentionally pulling back on your shoulders, getting blood flow. Again, not the hardest thing in the world to do, but just make your circles progressively bigger, progressively bigger. Good job. Steady. Really just a primer for your push-ups because we're going to do up to 15 next. And I'm going to demo the next 2 because you've already seen the first one. You guys ready? Right into push-ups. If your toes, great. If your knees, great. If your kitchen countertop. So I'm doing level 2 here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. Wall slides, quick variation. If this is really easy doing the wall slides, then find a position you can lean forward safely and do your wall slides leaned over. 2, 3, 4. If you have a strong, confident back, then just do the whole thing. Again, keeping your elbows and your hands as high that way as you can while you move through them. It will feel very different on your shoulder blades and very different on your neck muscles. Relax. All right, I'm breathing a little bit. I'm going to slow things down a little bit and literally slow things down. Because if you're doing this for strength or if you're doing this for toning, we actually want to slow it down, get a little recovery. Because if we push too far into the cardio field or cardio element, we're actually going to compromise our ability to move well. And again, there's still value. If you want to do cardio, knock it out. If you want to do strength, I'm going to show you how to do it. So now, an alternative too is this is a bodyweight workout. You can add weight to any of these exercises. Small weight, 5, 10, 15, a simple kettlebell held here during these split squats really changes things up. But again, we're committed to body weight in this workout. So, ready, round 3, we're gonna slow it down. 1, 2, again, if you need to hang on to something, I'm only keeping my foot off the ground to not test my balance, to test and put as much weight on this front leg as I can. You slow it down until you feel quad muscles or your thigh muscles, glute muscles, if you've got them back there. And then that feels really different to go that slow. Switching sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Disadvantage right leg because we're going right into those squats and we'll do a couple pauses. 1 rep, 1 pause. Rep 2, 2-second pause. 1, 2. Rep 3, 3-second pause. 2, 3. Remember, optimal depth. If you want to go here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. If you want to go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to go all the way down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're doing 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If this isn't your jam or you're burning up, then finish with reps. 8, 9, but everybody's on 10. 1, 2, 3. Posture. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now a little shakeout before we go to arm circles for this third round. Arm circles. Breathe in a little bit. If you want to take a break, take a little pause, get a sip of water. It's a good time for it. Everybody, for the sake of time, and cardio people, let's go. Little, slow, lots of shoulders back. Pull my shoulders back, not my hands, but shoulder blades as far together as I can. I'm going to build it. Keep my shoulders back. As big as you can comfortably and confidently move. Now, going back up, going backwards. If it is too hard or too hot or too necky up on top, lower the circles. Put it down in this range. Keep your tension high. Again, if you want to live up top, just watch this, especially as you get tired. Now, let's go big. 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Right into push-ups unless you're burning too much. Push-up, remember, high countertop. Now, if this is your jam, go for it, okay? If not, get your buns on the floor and do the tough ones. 2, or the knees, or turn the straight legs into knee push-ups as soon as you need to. Do your best to keep moving, or if you're not, or it's too easy, just slow those suckers down. Good. Again, there's a big difference between going countertop and floor. If you go slow up there on the countertop, you won't be disappointed. Now, one more variation. We're doing wall slides. So wall slides are here. Remember, we're pulling back, keeping things tight, or strong back, lean forward, do them all in this position, or we actually get all the way on the ground, lay all the way flat, and do them with toes on the ground, chin pulled back, chest lifted up, and moving through this plane. You're gonna feel your lumbar, you're gonna feel your ab muscles, you're gonna feel your neck muscles, because everything is working. Good. Good. Those are the movements. Do one more round. Ooh, got a little sweat. 2 more rounds, 3 more rounds. Slow them down, speed them up. Again, if you move toward the slower intentional pace, a little more Bernie, you're going to be in that more toning phase. If you want to push the cardio, rum, good. Do it one way, do it another the next day, whatever. Flip-flop the orders of exercises. You see how much variation, both in movement and also in intensity levels, you can find from really simple 5-exercise structure. So hopefully you had a good time. Hopefully you got a little bit out of there. I recommend doing 1 or 2 more rounds. Post how many rounds you did in the comments. And again, thank you for joining me. It's way better to work out with somebody else than to work out on your own. So